blow up Florida. What kind of person would do such a thing? So it's a safe show to come to. Be there September 25th and 26th. Rounding out my Ohio tour in Cleveland. October 5th, Dubai. Hurry up and buy those tickets. They're selling out. We might have to move to a bigger venue or figure something out. But right now, we're about to sell out. And then all those dates and more, akashsingh.com. We got big things getting announced soon, guys. In Montreal, Toronto, or Detroit. Those dates respectively. August 22nd, August 23rd, and December 6th. Why is there such a big gap?
I don't know.
Tour bookers, get your shit together. Comedy clubs, get your shit together. This guy got free. What is that? September, October, November. Book band. MarkGagnon.com. John the Baptist is described as wearing camel skin and eating locusts and honey, and he lives in the wilderness. Like he's this ascetic outcast. And there are all kinds of reasons why that could be the case. There's a book by a scholar called John McGrath who talks about John the Baptist, and he thinks it might have something to do with some conflict with his priestly father and ending up like John is preaching this philosophy, and it's just that all of Judea were coming to him. He's this extremely popular Jewish preacher, and people are coming to him, and he's baptizing for the repentance of sins. And then Jesus comes along. And John is saying there's one coming who's greater than I, and I'm not worthy to untie his sandal strap. And then Jesus shows up, and he's like, oh, here he is, this is the guy. And then he baptizes Jesus, and the heavens open up, and God says, this is my son with whom I'm well pleased, and that's the start of Jesus' ministry. So that's the Christian version that you get in the Gospels. That's going to be history mixed with myth. In my view, Jesus was a follower of John the Baptist, because all the Gospels report that he was baptized by him, which they wouldn't pick up. And you've constantly got these ideas of Jesus saying, like, Jesus talks about how the greatest students will one day come to surpass their teachers, and Jesus is saying to his disciples, and he also at one point says that to his disciples that they will do greater things than I, so you will do greater things than I, sort of implying that there's some kind of baton to be passed on. Now Christians will dispute this, they won't like this at all, because Jesus is the guy, but I'm thinking historically it seems like anything that Jesus does, which he seems to get from the Father, he's willing to give to his disciples. So, in John chapter 20, verses like 21 onwards, Jesus says to his disciples after he's risen from the dead, as the Father has sent me, I'm sending you. He breathes on them, says, receive the Holy Spirit.
No, what's better than a great touchdown? 5 great touchdowns. Jamal Charles was cooked. Okay.
If you go and forgive anyone's sins, they're forgiven. If you do not forgive them, then their sins are retained. So Jesus seems to give the disciples the ability to forgive sins, and he does it by breathing the Spirit on them. At the baptism, John the Baptist, who's preaching a baptism of repentance for the forgiveness of sins, baptizes Jesus, and what happens? The Spirit comes to Jesus at the baptism.
No, it's okay.
And so it seems like there is this analog between what's happening to Jesus and what Jesus is then giving to his disciples.
Like vampires.
Now, yeah, why not?
Right.
If you speak to a Christian, they're going to come in and they're going to be like, Alex doesn't know what he's talking about, like this is all not, but like, I understand that that's not the Christian interpretation, but this time reading.
You're analyzing it from historical record.
Yeah, but also like even like if you're looking at the historical Jesus, this is a particular viewpoint. It's not like a given. This is just my understanding, but it is worth pointing out that this is something that people need to sort of realize there are lots of different views on.
Even within the Gospels.
Yeah, because the Gospels are saying all kinds of different stuff, and they give us all kinds of different clues into interesting facts about Jesus.
Can I ask one question about John the Baptist real quick? You said he was popular at the time.
Yeah.
Is there, like, writings about him specifically? Is there a historical account? Like, how popular? Hundreds of people? Thousands of people?
Well, the Gospels say all of Judea was coming to him, which is obviously an exaggeration, but it means, like, lots and lots of people. Also, when Herod Antipas, king of Judea, like, first hears about Jesus, this is again in the Gospel, he hears about this guy Jesus who's going around causing ruckus, and he says, this is John the Baptist resurrected. Because John the Baptist gets beheaded in the Gospels, by the way. And so, who must John the Baptist have been that when he hears about Jesus, he goes, oh, it's another John the Baptist. John the Baptist must have been doing something like crazy.
It must have been a nuisance.
Are there any texts about John the Baptist? Kind of. There is a Gnostic group called the Mandaeans, who still exist today in small numbers, and they believe that John the Baptist is their last and most important prophet. They think Jesus is a false prophet, and John the Baptist is like their central figure. They historically claim to be part of the original following of John the Baptist. Anthropologically, that's probably not the case. Most of them were living in Iraq until the Iraq War, and now their numbers have like completely dwindled. These guys have their own literature. You can read it online. It's the Mandaean Book of John. And
tell the story of the baptism. So Jesus comes to John the Baptist, and they have a bit of an argument, and John the Baptist doesn't want to baptize Jesus, not because he's unworthy, but because he knows that Jesus is going to be trouble. He's like, no, and they have an argument about it, and he has a go at him. He starts saying that you've loosened the Sabbath, and you've brought disgrace to these people, and you've upset the Jews, or like disgraced the Jews, or something like this, and they have essentially a bit of a debate. He doesn't want to baptize him. Now, is this a historical source? Probably not, but it tells us something that people believe, which is this view of who John the Baptist was, and that Jesus was a false preacher, and sort of one of his followers gone awry. I find that really interesting, right? Because the most interesting thing for me...
John's a rebel, and then the next dude is even more of a rebel.
That Jesus is definitely a rebel, right?
I mean, why wouldn't John the Baptist have apostles or people that would be martyred in that way?
Because... So firstly, he did have, followers. He does have disciples. I think Jesus was one of them. But also, even in the Gospels, 2 of Jesus' disciples are sort of poached from John the Baptist. It's John...
So... 2 of Jesus' disciples were originally following
John the Baptist. Yeah, and in fact, it's at the baptism that John says, look, this is the man, go and follow him, and then they go and follow Jesus.
Isn't this, I don't want to say it's every religion, but isn't the same thing happening kind of with Mormonism, where you got, who's the main guy?
Joseph Smith.
Joseph goes, hey, we got to do this, and then he even dies before they get to Salt Lake City, but the next guy
That's right.
takes it.
By the way,
Scientology, isn't it?
Do you know who the first ever U.S. presidential candidate to be assassinated while running for office was?
Well, running for
You wanna
office.
quote your godmother?
It was Joseph Smith.
You wanna quote
He was
your
running for
godmother?
president at the time.
While he was traveling out to Salt Lake City.
That's right. So they were sort of positive.
Get down. I'm from US and she is Filipino. Nice to meet you. I am a Filipina and he is the US.
Hey, good, Kate. How are you?
I'm really in there. I had a couple of falls, which annoys me, and I'm trying not to fall again, and I'm going to go for physical therapy to try to avoid it. But otherwise, everything's okay. Thank goodness.
Oh, well, I'm glad to hear you're doing fairly okay. I'm doing fairly okay, too.
Oh, good. I'm glad to hear it. How's business?
Oh, it's been rather slow this summer, to be honest.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that.
Yeah, it's okay. Jenny has the day off today, so we're down at the waterfront in our shuttle bus camper having lunch with the...
Good.
Yeah, it's very nice.
Yeah. You have a nice day for it. At least around here it's a nice day, you know?
Yeah,
So,
that heat wave is over, so that's good.
oh, wasn't that something? That was really hot.
That was something. Yeah.
So how's the family?
Everybody's good, yeah, very good.
Oh, that's good. I'm glad to hear that.
I haven't talked to Kathy Boffa in a long time. I'm going to maybe give her a call later today.
Who's that? I'm sorry. Okay, Kathy Buffa. Yeah, she's very nice. I talked to her a couple of times, and she seems to be very nice.
Yeah, she enjoyed speaking with you.
That's good. So anyway, so anything new or exciting?
Well, I don't know, not really. It's just chugging along. We're both everybody seems to be doing well, doing our thing. Trying to,
That's good.
yeah.
Yeah, same here. They're chugging along, but they seem to be, thank God they're doing well. Mary and Kathy right now are in Sicily. Can you, why they want to go to Sicily, I don't know, but they wanted to go to Sicily. So they're there for a couple of weeks. So I'll hear about their trip when they come back.
Oh, I think it's lovely there. You know, I would love to go there.
Um,
I think it's very nice there, Sicily.
supposedly, but of course, if their dad was alive, he'd be thrilled, you know, and let him know all about it and tell him what to do and not do. But they're looking forward to it. Just flagged, I know it was yesterday. So I'll hear from them in a few days, see how everything's going. I think all things considered, I think everything's going smoothly for them. Thank goodness. And Kathy and her husband put a down payment on a house in Portugal. Can you imagine for a summer house in Portugal?
Wow.
I never even heard of such a thing, but evidently Portugal is a popular summer resort, so they put a down payment on it. They don't know if it'll take it or not, but anyway, we shall see there. There's something new for us anyway.
Oh, that sounds nice. Yeah, nice.
I guess so. I can't see. That's a 2.5 just to go there. Unless they go there and spend most of their time there, I don't know. But the financial advisor didn't think it was a good idea. He said, you like it for a few years and then you won't, then you have to try to get rid of it, you know. So anyway, we'll see. But other than that, everybody's, doing all right. John and his wife are coming next week. Her niece is getting married in the Boston area, so they're going to come here and stop for a couple of days and then go on their way. So it'll be nice to see them. But other than that, not much news here.
Yeah. So does that mean are they going to bring their kids? Whoops.
What's that? What was that?
Oh, it sounded like.
Are you still there?
Yeah.
I don't know what's going on, but anyway.
Yeah, it sounded like somebody was dialing the phone. I thought maybe it was you, but.
No. I'm the only one here. So, no, it was not me, but it sounded weird. So, but anyway.
Maybe the government's spying on our phone call, you know?
Well, probably. Yeah, because it's such a, espionage type of phone call. So, But anyway, thank you very much for calling me. And some have to, when it's convenient, you'll have to decide to come and bring Kathy Buffer with you. Okay?
Yeah, I'm going to talk to her today, and maybe we can drive down and have lunch with you or something. That would be nice. Would you be able to, can we take you to a restaurant? Is that possible?
Oh, yeah, sure. Yeah, okay, Walker, but there's no problem, with that. No. So when it's convenient, maybe it'd be better when it's a little bit cooler, but,
Yeah.
no, I can go to a restaurant, no problem at all. So anyway.
All right, well, I'm going to talk to her, and I'll get back to you shortly, and we'll see if we can work that out.
Well, maybe, I was suggesting, because we've had some very hot weather here.
Oh, I know.
And I would suggest maybe in the fall a little bit where it's cooling off. Now, today it seems to be a little cooler, but we had, almost close to 100 every day. So that's kind of uncomfortable. So.
Yeah, it sure is.
So anyway, but maybe in the fall, okay?
Okay, Kate. Well, I just wanted to, tell you I love you and make sure you're okay and touch base with you.
Thank you. I love you, and I pray for you and for. Okay, no, wait. No. I know your wife's name. Is it Jenny?
Yeah, Jenny.
Yeah, I pray for you and Jenny every day. So.
Oh my God! Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
I pray for you too, Kate.
Maybe we'll see each other in the fall sometime, okay?
Okay, Kate. We'll talk soon, okay?
Take care.
Okay, bye-bye.
Bye.
She's so lovely.
Yeah.
Sweet. And you?
I'm gonna call Kathy Baffa. Hey Kathy, it's Pete and Jenny. We're sitting here in our bus on the beach in Groton, Connecticut. I was just talking to my godmother Kate, and your name came up. But I wanted to catch up with you and love you, and hopefully we can talk soon. Okay? All right.
Alright. Bye-bye. 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 Bring the plates here and trash.
You gotta remember to take out the trash.
Yeah. Leave it. Leave it. Leave it. Oh my god. You good now?
Yeah, I'm full.
Me too.
Hello, brother.
Hey, how are you?
Good. I'm just at work for a little bit longer. Can I get back?
Sure. Yeah, call me when you get out of work. Okay? Hello? Hello? All right, call me back.
Ooh, is that cool? Is that cool? Where's the sponge?
Call me after you get out of work.
Where's the sponge?
I don't know though.
I put it together with the.
Did you look inside the where the plants go?
Yeah. No. It's not here. Sponge. Sponge. Oh, what the? Anyway.
That's really good stuff, man. I love Chuck Mangione. Tax, you better stay here.
Love, no more car over there, love. It's good.
No, there's a car right next. What's wrong with right here? This is perfect.
Oh, yeah, okay. I keep looking. You didn't put. Maybe you put back to the thing.
It's gotta be here.
Huh?
It's gotta be here.
Like the history, because it's
Put it together. This one, the plate.
Oh, it's over there.
Smith claims to receive these golden plates. He's about the ancient Moroni. Go and dig up the golden plates. The
Yeah,
golden
yeah,
plates
here.
exist because
Why did you
in
put
ancient
there?
Israel,
Because
before
love.
Babylonian captivity, some
Oh, that one. I'm
Jews, some
looking for
Israelites
that.
were warned, and so they fled and they built boats and they sailed to America, Jersey, and they had entire civilizations. The
Screening
Garden of
should
Eden
be
was
here.
They have an
Stop.
entire civilization built on the ranks of battles and war and societies and all this kind of stuff. And then the very last person, the very last Nephite, I think, I'm not this wrong. I think this is actually the son of Mormon, but Mormon's the one who like puts it all together. So writes down the record of the people on these golden plates and buries them. upstate New York, and God said to him, "Hey man, like, go and find these plates." So Joseph has these plates, and they're written in some hieroglyphics. So they look a bit like Egyptian hieroglyphics. And Joseph Smith can miraculously translate them. And the way that he does it is not by looking at the plates, puts the plates aside. He takes his hat, he takes a special kind of stone, seer stone, he puts the seer stone in the hat, he puts his head into the hat, and the stone starts glowing. Saying it out loud. He's the only one who can see it. He's the only one who can see the translation. There are.
You don't want to see it glowing.
Yeah, and you can see. There are something like 11, maybe 13 witnesses to Joel's trouble. Actually, if you read the book of Mormon, it's open with the testimony of the 13 witnesses to the golden plates. Apart from that, no story. But the funny thing is, it sounds really wacky, but what I love about what Mormons can do is they go to Christians, and this event Christians like this ridiculous false prophet nonsense, whatever. So how many testimony accounts do you have of the resurrection?
What is good?
13 in the Bible. Affidavit, like written down testimony, still alive, and questioned by the press about it.
I make my payments every month, but my debt can't know the feeling. I had over $10,000. And it felt like I was on a treadmill, running but going nowhere. Then I found that debt. They hold us consolidate everything into one payment and usually for 6 years. Oh, if you've got $10,000 or more in debt, this felt like I was getting a chance to make money.
Regain your hair and your confidence. Our chews are powered by clinically proven ingredients like minoxidil and finasteride, so you can grow thicker, fuller hair in 3 to 6 months. Treatment is 100% personalized to your hair goals. It comes at an affordable price that meets your budget, so you can step out with full confidence. Hats off to Hair Look, a treatment that works for you. Start today at hims.com.
Who swore that he saw the golden plates, later falls out with Joseph Smith, is kicked out of the Mormon Church,
I saw that
but he
place.
still says.
I love it.
Now there's some debate about this because one of them sort of says, well, he saw them with his spiritual eyes, which that means it might have been a vision. But then he's asked about that and he says, look, gentlemen, look at your hands. As truly as you see your hands, I saw those plates, right? So there's all of this going on, right? So Joseph Smith then founds this religion off the basis of it, and they don't like being called Mormons because Mormon is the name of one of their I guess he's a prophet, but he's the guy that collates the Book of Mormon. They are members of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints or something. Yeah, well, like calling them a Mohammedan probably is more similar, which is what they used to call Muslims because they sort of misunderstood what they were all about. But yeah, like they sort of flip and flop about whether it's okay to call them Mormons because it's a bit clunky to say member of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints, all Latter-day Saint, right? But so Joseph Smith, they're setting up communities and they're trying to find somewhere to like set up their community. So they're traveling around the United States, and when they get to Missouri, they cause such a problem in Missouri. There is something called, I think it's called the Missouri Executive Order 45 or something, otherwise known as like the Mormon Extermination Order, which is where the governor of Missouri, based on some like inflated theories of what the Mormons are doing, gets so like worried and paranoid about them that he issues an order to exterminate Mormons, to drive them out of the land by force, which basically means that you can just like kill Mormons. You just like go Mormon hunting because he wanted them gone. They've caused such a problem.
We need rope.
In the United States, there was a law passed, an executive order, that said we're just Mormons and drive them out of our land.
Kill white people.
Which is like,
Yeah, that's not shocking.
it's just like
The worst thing they ever did.
you wouldn't believe. It's just wild.
Don't take us too far away from Jesus.
Oh.
I want to.
Oh, sure. Okay. Yeah, we can definitely get back to Jesus. But Joseph Smith eventually, when he decides to
Want to take a rest?
running campaign is that he wants to annex Texas.
You washed?
Texas is like the
Oh, look at you.
Ah,
Wow.
nice.
That's part of his thing. And eventually,
Awesome, huh?
So you know Mormons are into like polygamy?
Yeah.
Where the water go?
If you're a polygamist, you can't be a Mormon.
Huh?
Like,
In the
it's
tank.
anathema. In like the 1980s or something, they found that it's not right. But
Yeah,
they got,
put it
one
back.
of the problem, the reasons they got in so much trouble, the US government,
Oh,
was because they had multiple wives. And
I don't know.
that was seen as totally wrong.
Just put it
And
back.
so
Why?
Joseph Smith is now
Keep it there.
when he
This
realized, I
close.
think it might be the elder. I'm not sure about it.
Ow! 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 You
Yeah,
turn
they- they-
yourself.
Yeah, lie down.
Sharp.
Lie down and relax, Tex.
Very sharp, Taxi. Very sharp.
You can lie down.
Yeah, they can go like the Christian Jews.
You sit.
Yeah, seriously, but this is the thing.
You're a good boy. Sit down.
The Mormons will point out that they have a history of like persecution, and people sort of don't know about.
Hey, I forgot the green here.
It's quite amazing. It's like famous.
Why it's in here?
Where's the green bag? Where's the green bag?
Why it's in here?
So taking over the
You
Roman
put it
Empire.
there.
The sociologist Rodney Stark calculated that in the first like 2 or 300 years, I think, after the birth of Christianity, the growth rate that they experienced is exactly the same as the Mormon Church. And then people say, yeah, but they were being persecuted by the Roman Empire. I'm like, have you heard of the Missouri denominational? Like, it's really
All right, guys, we're gonna take a break for a second. Okay, if you're a renter, you need to listen up right now. If you have not already joined Bill, you need to. Okay, this is why. Most of us rack up points on groceries, travel, nearly everything else. Why are you not earning points on your biggest monthly expense, which might be your rent? I'm about to tell you about the best hack that you can start taking advantage of today. Okay, paying rent with Bill unlocks flexible points that can be redeemed towards hundreds of hotels, airlines, future rent payments, your next lift flight, student loan balances, and more. But here's where it gets even better. Build isn't just about the points. They're actually helping you build. Get where they're like, your Twitter's been hacked. I said it right now. I let Talia look at it, and then her Twitter tell you. You know, like I set it out. I go, what is this? Like, I don't trust it.
It's totally lost.
You need to claim in the video that he, the Christ, doesn't claim to ever be God.
That's what I think, and that's controversial too. Amongst Christians, if you say Jesus never even claimed to be God, even in the Gospels, they'll look at you like you said, a triangle with four sides. In biblical scholarship, this has been a very mainstream opinion of humanity.
And why do you believe that?
Because there's no instance in the Gospels where I think Jesus is claiming to be God. Christians think that they have examples, but I think that all of them don't actually apply.
What are your examples and what are theirs?
So, there are constantly examples of Jesus seeming to separate himself from the Father, where he says the Father is greater than I am, and stuff like this. People like rattle these off. The problem is, devoid of any context, it's difficult to know what they mean to me. So Christians will point to verses like when Jesus says in John chapter 10, he says, the Father and I are one. And when his disciple Philip asks him, when do we see the Father? He says to Philip, anyone who has seen me has seen the Father. And Christians point back and they say, he's claiming to be God. But you just got to keep reading. He says to Philip, anyone has seen me has seen the Father. How can you say, show us the Father? Don't you know that the Father is in me and I'm in the Father? Interesting. Skip to John chapter 17, where Jesus is praying for his disciples, and then for all the Christian believers.
Oh, where you going?
Hey, get up here! Get in the truck!
In us, just as I am in you, and you in me, and that they will be in us, and we'll sort of be one together. I hope.
Stay here.
Where are you going on?
There, lie down.
Lay down.
You gotta lie down.
So, whatever relationship Jesus has with the Father there,
Don't jump out the truck. Tax, stay.
Lay down.
Sit down. Get down. Tax down.
To the rest of us, yeah.
Tax down.
Okay. Like, there are
Sit down.
this is
Sit.
John's gospel as well. Like,
Papi, sit down.
Good boy, good boy. Give him a cookie.